Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into the modern tech landscape for real estate investors. And honestly, we're completely redefining what affordable software actually means in 2026. The source material makes a really bold claim here. The tools that got you to where you are right now, well, they just aren't going to get you to the next level. The whole way we calculate the value of our tech stack has fundamentally shifted. So if you're a wholesaler or a flipper, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention to this breakdown.
So what does affordable actually mean? Most investors are kind of stuck in a legacy mindset with this. They confuse a low monthly fee with a genuinely good deal. You know the drill. You look at a checkout page, see a $49 price tag, and think, hey, I just scored a win. But if that $49 tool does literally nothing but hold some names and phone numbers, you haven't bought a strategy at all. What you've actually bought is just a digital filing cabinet. And let me tell you, in today's high-velocity market, a digital filing cabinet isn't just useless, it is a massive liability. It completely drains your time and completely limits your ability to scale.
To fix this, we need a massive paradigm shift. A truly affordable real estate investor's CRM in 2026 is an execution engine. It's not about finding the lowest possible price tag, it's all about yielding the highest possible return on every single dollar you spend. We're talking about a platform that actively transforms your raw data into signed contracts, right while you are out there focusing on high-level negotiations. If your software makes you manually move every single lead through a pipeline, it is actively holding you back. A modern CRM has to do the heavy lifting for you.
Which brings us to a huge trap that so many investors fall into. It's called the Frankenstein stack. This happens when you fall for tools that are pitched as free or ultra cheap. You buy a basic CRM, then, oh wait, you gotta pay for a separate dialer, then an SMS platform, then a data provider. Suddenly, your so-called cheap setup costs hundreds of dollars a month, and absolutely none of it integrates. You're just staring at a collection of browser tabs that don't even talk to each other. Now contrast that with a unified $99 command center. This is the modern power move. It is the exact sweet spot where professional-grade AI meets mass-market accessibility, all bundled into one seamless platform.
The research really hits the nail on the head here with a brutal truth. Manual data entry is a slow death. Generic CRMs built for traditional real estate agents completely fail wholesalers and flippers. And why is that? Because they totally lack the aggressive outreach capabilities that you actually need to survive in this game. Every single minute you spend typing in data, logging notes, or jumping between disjointed apps is a minute you aren't closing a deal. You are literally bleeding opportunity cost.
The crucial takeaway here is that you need to stop obsessing over your software bill and start looking at your revenue per lead. Speed to lead is the only metric that determines who wins the deal in 2026, period. The first person to reach the motivated seller wins the contract. If you're sitting around waiting for a human to wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and dial a lead, you have already lost to a competitor who is using automation.
Which leads us to a very direct question. Why are you still paying a virtual assistant $2,000 a month to blindly fumble through a cold calling script? Relying on human labor for this kind of repetitive grunt work is a legacy expense, and frankly, you just can't afford it anymore. Humans are inconsistent, they get tired, and they make errors. It's just human nature.
But look at the alternative here, $99. Replacing that $2,000 a month VA with a $99 automated system isn't just some basic cost-saving measure. No, it is a massive tactical upgrade. You instantly gain 24/7 responsiveness and total technological control over your prospecting strategy. Your system is always awake, it's always hunting, and it executes perfectly every single time.
The core thesis boils down to this. Speed is profit. Automation is certainty. This is the ultimate punchline when evaluating your tech stack. An affordable CRM actually pays for itself through automation by completely eliminating the need for expensive human overhead. If your software bill isn't generating significantly more money than it costs, you are, quite simply, using the wrong tool.
All right, let's move into our next focus, the 5 essential pillars of a high ROI CRM.
It's time to stop playing small with basic contact managers. A high ROI CRM isn't just a list, it's a weapon. According to the source material, if your software lacks these 5 essential pillars, it's a bottleneck. So we have Step 1, Unified Multi-Channel Communication. Step 2, Lead Intelligence. Step 3, Automated Qualification. Step 4, Seamless AI Voice Agent Integration. And Step 5, Live Human Support. Notice how they logically progress from basic communication all the way to AI voice, backed by human support. Let's quickly unpack these so you can see exactly how they work together to help you dominate your market.
Pillars 1 and 2 are your foundation. Unified multi-channel communication means you control your entire destiny from one single dashboard. Managing your SMS, your emails, and your calls in a single flow ensures that absolutely nothing slips through the cracks. Now combine that with Pillar 2, lead intelligence. Having built-in surgical skip tracing at just 1 cent per search is no longer a luxury. It is the absolute 2026 baseline. Why would you pay a middleman for data? Doing it natively keeps your overhead incredibly low and your strike rates incredibly high. You identify motivated sellers while your competition is still out there overpaying for stale lists.
Next up, we inject the automation. Pillar 3 is automated qualification. Using humanized automated messaging, the system naturally filters out all the tire kickers before you ever even pick up the phone. It sounds real, it feels real, and it actually gets responses. Then Pillar 4 takes the whole thing to the next level, seamless AI voice agent integration. We are talking about market leaders deploying AI voice agents to manage literally 1,000 calls while you sleep. They qualify the leads and drop high-intent appointments directly onto your calendar with zero manual intervention.
But we definitely need a reality check for Pillar 5, live human support. The most advanced technology in the world is completely useless if you don't know how to deploy it properly. You need real, live human experts behind the software to ensure your system is live, optimized, and actively hunting leads from day one. You want the technology doing all the heavy grunt work, sure, but you need expert human support to keep that engine perfectly tuned.
Okay, let's look at our final section, scaling without the headcount.
This marks a massive shift in how operations are run today. It is bringing about the absolute death of traditional cold calling as we know it. Let's face it, traditional cold calling is simply too slow and too painful. But when you scale your operations instantly with a unified AI platform, you're leveraging incredibly intelligent branching logic. These AI agents can identify motivated sellers in seconds. They don't get tired, they don't take lunch breaks, they don't have bad days that suddenly ruin your entire lead flow for the week. You hit the market with maximum velocity every single day, completely dominating the airwaves while your competition is still fumbling around trying to untangle their headsets.
And this right here is the ultimate payoff. Code doesn't call in sick, it doesn't ask for a raise, it executes every single time. You know, scaling used to mean hiring more people, which inevitably meant more management, way more payroll, and a ton of extra headaches. That's the old, expensive way to grow. Today, a single investor can run a national scale operation directly from a laptop on their kitchen counter. You gain the massive power of a 50-person call center, but with absolutely zero extra headcount. Now that is the true definition of leverage.
Which leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. Are you managing people, or are you managing a high-performance engine? If you want to win the volume game without losing your mind, or your profit margins, you have got to reevaluate your entire operational setup. Are you going to keep clinging to the expensive, slow, manual ways of the past, or are you ready to finally embrace a $99 automated command center that just relentlessly executes on your behalf? Think about your own tech stack right now. Are you ready to stop managing a Frankenstein mess and start driving a high-performance engine?